Hello and welcome from yet another episode from JP Greens at Greater Noida. You're watching Tea Time and I'm Chaiti Narula. Now the Indian startup space is really exciting. It's gained momentum over the years and continues to do so because of the supporting ecology and support structures that have come in. Joining me today to discuss this and much more in detail is Sunil Goyal of YourNest Angel Fund on Tea Time.
On the show this week, we have Sunil Goyal, founder and CEO, YourNest Angel Fund.
It's not comparable to Silicon Valley. We need not have a Silicon Valley in India, but we definitely need such specialized cities for specialized set of startups.
In news, Shiv Kapoor wins the Bi-City Challenge Golf, gets European Tour card. And Dustin Johnson wins WGC HSBC Champions Tournament in Shanghai.
That's wonderful.
That's a beginner's luck.
Welcome to Tea Time. Beginner's luck. How long did you take on to golf?
It's been 6 months that I've started coming to the course.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So now let's talk about YourNest Angel Fund.
Yeah.
Before that, we must talk about the spaces that excite you the most because you are in the startup space as well. Now, the IT and ITES, represented by cloud computing,
Yeah.
mobile VAS, enterprise software, these are dominating the market. This space has more than tripled. How much does IT excite you as a startup company?
Money always flows where the returns are the highest. Technology or use of currently available technology means the business can be scaled up based on that. Scalability with minimum investment is what we as venture capitalists or angel investors look for. In IT and technology, we have a comparative advantage as a nation. All the software companies, IT companies, e-commerce companies started nurturing talent over the last 2 decades. The confidence of our young executives to do something better, unique, disruptive for the first time is possible in this sector much earlier. If you look at within the sector, yes, we are buoyant on internet, mobile, we are looking at enterprise software as a product, SaaS models. We're looking at any kind of cloud computing kind of solutions, but we are looking for application of these things in new sectors. Right. If I have to talk about, let's say in this coming year, what we're going to be looking at, if somebody comes with a Aadhaar-based solution for financial inclusion or for healthcare, for primary healthcare, secondary healthcare, these are the kind of things which will excite us. Data analytics has been on our list for some time. It'll continue to be on our list.
That's interesting. On that note, it's time for me to tee off. Sunil, you've got Mumbai, you've got Delhi NCR, and you've got Bangalore.
Yep.
That constitute 70% of the deals that take place in India, so as to speak. How much would Pune, Hyderabad, Chennai, and cities alike catch up in the startup space?
See, truly, it all started with Bangalore, with Mumbai and Delhi catching up. Now, if we say if 70% are coming from these 3 top cities, the next 20% right now are coming in from Chennai, Hyderabad and Pune. The good thing is the ecosystem, the way it developed in these markets has now started developing. We have Hyderabad Angels, we have ISB Hyderabad nurturing startups as a system and co-opting and doing competitions there. Chennai, IIT Madras Chennai is very, very active. We have seen a couple of deals and few deals out there, very, very good quality, high quality products there. Chennai Angels is active, we met them. And we know that their activity is going to be watched. TiE Chennai is again active. Pune, Indian Angel Network has been active. There is some activity there in venture space, software, education. These are the kind of companies coming again from these 3 cities too. So it is all developing of ecosystem. As it develops, you will see more and more companies coming, even from the next tier of companies.
What really defines a good team? When you're going out there and looking at prospective companies to give them a leg up, what are you really looking at these young entrepreneurs or emerging entrepreneurs? What is your really screen test like?
Yeah, there are multiple parameters. We can't put them in few words, but if I have to look at it in a simple way.
In terms of their quality of entrepreneurship, what is that one quality that you seek for?
Let me define it as art. Audacious, relentless, tenacious. It has to be so much of passion oozing out that the person says, come what may, I will make it happen, my team will make it happen. I'll stay focused on doing only that one thing and be the best in that.
So is that the same drive that you started off with your partners as well? Let's get to know how YourNest Angel Fund came into being.
Yes, it was conceptualized in 2010 after having made some 4-5 angel investments. The quality of deal flow, being an individual angel investor sitting in Kenya, itself started coming so good that I said, if I quit Bharti Airtel and you just fund a couple of these ventures, my life is made.
Right.
It was that clear that even if you make a small start, the life is made with these startups. Then there were Sanjay and Grish, with whom I had spoken of earlier. When three of us sitting in a coffee shop, we hugged each other with the thing, without having any business plan or anything, that this is the thing that we want to do for the rest of the life. It may take 3-4 years for us to start making initial sums of money, but working with startups, looking at that big picture, the big vision, the potential of each one of them, let's go with it.
Interesting. So coffee shop beginnings for YourNest Angel Fund right there. Let's take a quick break right here on Tea Time. On the other side of this break, we will remain in conversation with Sunil Goyal of YourNest Angel Fund to discuss the startup space in much more detail. Stay with us. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us on Tea Time. Sunil, now is funding activity by any stretch of imagination, in your opinion, an indicator for success in this business? I mean, it's definitely a good proxy for business viability tracking. What's your opinion on that?
Not to that extent, but yes. What we see, funding is just a validation that somebody else is sharing the vision and the conviction same as the founders of the business.
Right.
It is no means a validation of business viability or parameter of success. Actually, it is the starting of a meter of accountability, responsibility, delivery for the entrepreneurial team. We actually advise them not to celebrate it more than an evening once they get a funding, and then it's all about execution. It is about go-to-market strategy. At the time people like us fund, the real action begins after that on go-to-market. And the best thing that they have to do is they should have, prior to funding, people, talent waiting to join them. That's the time monies come in, have the talent, utilize it to the fullest.
Sunil, your reaction on budget 2013, where the union budget said that the AIF and also angel investing are eligible for a pass-through as well. Would you say this encourages funding in the country for startups?
This, I would say, is a small positive step. Very, very positive step. The good thing is that for the first time a finance minister has used the word angel funding in his budget. The second thing is that yes, he has given the pass-through benefit. Pass-through benefit for risk capital actually should be available for all categories of AIF, just not category 1. So that's the reason I'm saying it's a very, very meager step that they have taken. Yes, it is good for venture capital like us, SME funds, infrastructure funds. We are all category 1 funds. So the people who invest in us, they will be only taxed once because we pass through. The angel investing being collated and categorized for pass-through, such a positive step that within 4 months of budget, SEBI has come out with the draft regulations and approved the board meeting, board agenda. Such a quick response, such a quick action by a regulator is always admirable.
Right.
And we expect that, yes, it will enable pooling of capital now.
What would really be the Silicon Valley of India? Which city would be really that?
No, we are not anywhere close to whatever activity that happens in the
Silicon
valley. We are not even iota of that. The only aspect is there is some kind of professional culture building up. We have startup weekends happening, we have startup cafes there, we have all the kind of, we have now incubation funds, we have angel funds, angel networks, we have venture nursery kind of, all kind accelerator kind of programs that are running. This is what is giving ecosystem, and this ecosystem is very, very well developed now, one can say, in Bangalore, Mumbai and Delhi. It's not comparable to Silicon Valley. We need not have a Silicon Valley in India, but we definitely need such specialized cities for specialized set of startups.
So now if we don't play a chip shot, we will be far behind in our game. Let's do it. Come.
Sure, go ahead.
That's fantastic. Now, Sunil, the entrepreneurial activity is the barrier of growth in any economy per se. It was examined some time back why thousands of professionals from India go to the US, into the Silicon Valley, and are in the position to be able to start up, and not in India because they have easier access to capital through the equity markets. But the same phenomena does not happen in India. Is India becoming more conducive to giving these emerging entrepreneurs capital through the equity markets?
Yes, our people have been going overseas to start their businesses and this thing, but now the reverse trend is much more prominent.
Okay.
With the number of angel networks, investors like us, venture funds, who are ready to take the early stage risk of sub $2 million. That's the important element when the business is really in infancy and concept to, you can say, early adoption stage. It is supported by a very well good network of mentors and guides and people who have done it, who have built businesses as professionals or entrepreneurs or first generation entrepreneurs who've exited from their businesses are now available to mentor these guys.
You mentioned mentors right now. What are these mentorship programs? Do we have any of these in the country?
What happens is if, let's say, thousands of applications reach these accelerators, 10, 15 are shortlisted every 4 months or so. Okay. They go through a 3 months classroom, off-site, on-site kind of interaction with mentors.
Oh, that's lovely.
So business plan validation. That's a start.
Okay,
that's
so business plan validation.
So they may take a part of equity of the company at that time, 3 to 5%. They may put in 5, 10, 15 lakhs of rupees. Similarly, I'm Ahmedabad CIIE program is the one wherein the power of ideas, your economic times. Okay,
right.
Our first company is actually from the winner of Power of Ideas in August 2010.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Okay, so it is like, and what they do is they go through a 10 days extensive program of mentoring. Okay. So people like us are again there, visiting them, meeting them. They shortlist around 75 of the Indian startups out of 15 to 20,000 applications that come by. Of them, some are selected for a 20 lakh investment, some for 10 lakhs, some for 5 lakhs. This beginning is made.
So, well, we're headed towards some strong beginnings in the startup space in the country with, of course, accelerator programs, mentorship programs as well. As Sunil just pointed out, we will stay in conversation with Sunil and discuss this space in much more detail. It's a good time now for us to take a breather. Sunil and I will see you on the other side. Thank you for staying with us on Tea Time. We're in discussion with Sunil Goyal of YourNest Angel Fund. Now, we're talking trends on this segment. A very noticeable trend in India as that the HNIs and the NRIs are on the rise. In fact, India is one of the countries where we're seeing some of the top HNIs of late. Even the angel investors are doubling up in the last couple of years. That's a very conspicuous trend setting in. Now, how does this impact wealth drivers like the equity markets, for instance?
They have started observing the trends of successful entrepreneurs. Let me talk about, the recent ones first. Whether it is Naukri, Make My Trip, Redbus, Just Dial, Mu Sigma, InMobi. Now, these are the success stories of making $1 billion company out of in a few years of, let's say, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. HNIs are today not getting the kind of opportunities that should be available for their risk appetite in either equity market, because most of the issues that come in, they come in at a good handsome premium. Okay, they come at the right market price for them to get significant returns that they used to be making in the yesteryears. Let me talk about two IPOs of India.
Okay.
You know, well, first give me the, let me relate it to YourNest Angel Fund. We put in 2, 3, 4, 5 crores in a startup, and we take between 25 to 35% equity in the company. And we go for first generation entrepreneur.
Right.
I'll give you example of Reliance.